Do not lose yourself in the world of craziness. Stay true to yourself, my gorgeous Pisces. I'm talking about a specific situation you will be going through in between the 17th, 18th and the 19th of July 2023. Yes, at that moment in time you are going to find yourself on the crossroads. Yes, at that moment in time you're going to deal with something that's going to be making you kind of emotional. But all these things you need to take into consideration. Why are you going to feel at that moment in time completely different towards something that you've been adamant about for so long? This is why it's important to remain centered, to remain balanced, and the only way to do this is to stay true to yourself. You don't want to do, or you don't want to make an impulsive mistake which necessarily you're only gonna kind of feel sorry later for it, and I'm talking about in as little as a 1 week time. So when you find yourself on the actual crossroads, you need to understand that this is the challenge that you need to go through. And the biggest challenges you are having, the bigger confusion this is creating, the more impact on your life that particular thing is going to actually have. So you have to remain centered, and you need to stay true to yourself when you do find yourself on this crossroads, because I repeat, suddenly you're gonna feel completely different towards something that means to you like so much, and this is going to be the part of the challenge that you are gonna need to go through. Okay, very important for you to remember, my gorgeous Piscelini, like, oh my God, okay? And also you have got number 888 when it comes to numerology, and when it comes to the month of July 2023. Number 888 is a big mama because it's bringing you a really great luck when it comes to career, when it comes to finances, and when it comes to any decisions that you're gonna make along those lines. And you're gonna see how many ideas you're also going to have, and these ideas that you're going to have throughout the month of July, they are really going to surprise you. But this is also a really great sign, like every single time when you have an idea which you are gonna feel a very strong connection to in terms of passion, which is really going to surprise you, you need to understand that you are entering a very special part of your spiritual journey. And that means that on one hand, karmically, something really bad has come to an end. You know, something really bad has come to an end karmically, and this in itself is going to be absolutely brilliant, because also what I was going to say, that on the 20th of July something is going to get back to you, my gorgeous Piscelini, and I say gorgeous with such a passion, baby. On the 20th of July something is going to get back to you. You know, you helped someone so much. You played a major role in somebody's life, and you are so beautiful. Your goodness is out of this world. You know why am I saying this? Because you don't even understand the extent of you helping that particular person. You do not understand the extent, how much you helped to someone, how much you actually helped someone in your past. And on the 20th of July, or at around the 20th of July, that is going to become absolutely obvious. You have made such an impact on one person's lives, like, oh my God, like, I can't even tell you what an impact you've actually made. Almost as if someone was at the brink of like, oh my God, you know what? Almost as if someone was at the brink of, do you know what? I don't even want to mention that word, to be quite honest with you. And I know you're going to say, oh my God, I'm going dark. No, baby, no. This world, this life, it's not easy always, you know, and it's very hard. It's very difficult sometimes. So it means that somebody was going through such a hard situation, hardship, and you didn't even know their situation. You didn't even know what they were actually going through, or the extent of like how much this actually affected them. So they were like at the brink of something, do you know what I mean? And now this is gonna be absolutely such a beautiful moment, because on one hand you're gonna find out, you know, like how much you helped someone, but then on another hand this is also like really going to bring you some kind of present you're gonna get on this day. This is how you're gonna feel, like this is a present, not necessarily the present like that someone is gonna give you, but there is some kind of situation that you are going to go through on this particular day, and this is all gonna become absolutely absolutely obvious to you, and you are gonna get some kind of a present, but it's not gonna be the actual present, if that makes sense. You know, it's gonna feel really, really good, and you will know clearly that this is the direct result of your action from before. So this in itself, it's gonna be brilliant, because it's also on another note going to start a spiritual domino, because that means that that moment in time you're gonna realize there is something very, very specific sorry, there is something very specific that you need to explore indeed. And also, my gorgeous Piscelini, you know, you will be working on something so like important to you at around the 8th of July. You're gonna be working on something really important, but more like this is gonna mean to you more in such a way where you are really gonna kind of be enjoying like expressing yourself. It's more about you expressing yourself and really enjoying this, you see. So it's not necessarily about career, work, or anything like that. It could be maybe you enjoy your work so much, but there is something very specific that you're going to be working on the 8th of July, and you're really going to be enjoying yourself like there is no tomorrow. And now suddenly you're going to be reminded with that particular energy, because this is a very specific energy that we project, and in return there's certain things that come back to us in terms of like remembering, in terms of like a memories. And now you are going to suddenly find yourself thinking about the certain memories, and you're going to be having this idea. You need to understand that this idea that you're going to have, it's something that you need to immediately apply into your life, like immediately, my God, because this is going to make your quality of life so much better, so much happier, so much more complete. This is so important. Listen to me very carefully, because you will not understand that at that moment in time, this idea that you are going to have through these happy memories, you will not understand that this is something that is going to manifest and change your life within 1 year. Your life is going to change in the best possible way, because this is going to transform your life, my God, for the better, of course, within just 1 year. So this is why this is so important. And any idea that comes to you while you are expressing yourself and you are enjoying yourself, you know, this is coming from a slightly different dimension. Okay, so this is something that we also need to somehow like kind of find a place for in our lives, and sometimes it may not be easy, because we could be dealing with so many different things, but it's all about the change of priorities. Do you know what I mean? We are constantly changing, we are growing, we are evolving. So this is all about you like kind of going with this energy and going with this wonderful vibration. Okay, like, oh my God. And also, my gorgeous Piscelini, when it comes to the actual nutrition and when it comes to health, I highly recommend you to keep on taking natural vitamin D3 supplement, which is going to boost your immune system, alongside natural zinc picolinate, which is going to boost your immune system, but it's also going to be brilliant for your skin, hair, and nail. And the combination of zinc picolinate and the actual natural vitamin D3, it's superb to boost your immune system. And also, when it comes to the third supplement that I highly recommend, it's organic chlorella. Organic chlorella is rich in protein, essential fatty acids, which our body cannot produce by itself, but it's essential for our mind, for our brain, for our memory, concentration, for our mood, and these type of things. And organic chlorella also can, of course, boost your immune system, and it can detoxify you from the dangerous metals. My supplements are completely without chemicals, without any vile ingredients, without any fillers, and without any unnecessary ingredients. They are completely clean supplements which are made with the highly exceptional ingredients, and they are suitable for vegetarians and vegans and everybody. And this in itself, it's like basically here they are, you see. So here is natural vitamin D3. Okay, here is zinc picolinate, and here is organic chlorella. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor or GP. Only they can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. And my vitamins are at the moment on a half price sale, okay? So make the most of it. If you see the name of this video, just click on the name of this video and it's going to expand, and then you will see where you can buy these vitamins, or you can simply go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins, and my vitamins are also going to come up that way as well. Just remember that they are indeed on a half price sale, which is a brilliant buy, all I can say. So now, my gorgeous Piscelini, I'm just going to start with the very first day of July. Why is the very first day of July actually going to be so significant when it comes to you? I will say it because now on the very first of July is some kind of like a burden, some kind of extra responsibility, some kind of burden which is going to come in a form of an extra responsibility. It's going to be highlighted, you know, and this is going to kind of make you angry a little bit, but then because it's about a hard work type of thing, but then at the same time, this is also, you need to understand, this is an integral part of your spiritual journey. You need to do this, because if you don't do this, then it's just going to slow down so many other things. You have to do this. You have to take this on, because this is going to mark the very, very important completion of your life. Wherever there is a completion, there is also a new beginning, which does bring an absolutely wonderful energy into your life. In fact, only 10 days after this moment in time, you're already going to have a very, very good sign, very good indication that you are on the right path and you are doing the right thing and you did make the right decision. So you need to kind of like see this burden or a hard work or extra responsibility in a slightly different light, because you're going to realize, you know, that you are, on one hand, you're going to realize why you were resisting certain change for a while, but you're also going to realize that you are about to break a cycle, and it's to do with a really negative phase of your life. This is immediately going to make you passionate, and it's immediately going to really kind of highlight, immediately you're going to feel strength and this courageous energy, and that in itself, it's really pretty much so going to also kind of make you aware at that moment in time. As soon as you realize this, you know, there is some kind of a lesson that you've learned, you know, and as soon as you realize which kind of lesson have you learned, you know, you will know, like, what do you need to do in the future in order to make your life so much more simpler, because the more simple is, the more happier you're actually going to be, like, of course, you know, and then at the same time, this is like a really pretty much so going to leave you with very, very interesting choices. You know, by the 10th of July, by the 10th, 11th, 12th of July, already you are going to have a really, really interesting choices, like, oh my God, big mama choices that you would never, ever, ever had unless you decided to take this extra responsibility. This is so important. And this could also come in a form of work, in a form of career, and in a form of us just doing things. Maybe you're retired and it's to do with a certain responsibility. Maybe it's to do with something emotional. Maybe it's to do with people in your life. Maybe it's to do with your family. You know, it really depends how this is going to come forward. But it's important to be as open-minded, my gorgeous Piscelini, as possibly, you know, you can. The second date that I would like to talk, so that is going to happen on the 1st of July. The second date that I would like to talk to you about, it's going to be on the 7th and the 8th of July. On the 7th and the 8th of July, you know, you are going to learn something really, really interesting. What are you going to learn? It's more about you learning something what you can implement into your life. And this is like, oh my God, it's going to happen like really kind of spontaneously, that you will learn something. You're going to come across something, and then you're going to learn within this situation how to implement something into your life, which is going to make you like extremely kind of ambitious. It's going to make you extremely action orientated, and it's also going to put you in a mode where you're going to feel like driven to succeed, you know, and you're going to notice like a fast thinking as well at around that particular time. And also, to make things like complicated, of course, as usual, somebody's going to be annoying you at that moment in time. Somebody's going to like kind of be winding you up in such a way where you're almost going to need to defend defend some kind of beliefs. So this is important for you. Again, if somebody is winding you up, you need to defend your beliefs. You need to put your foot down, and you need to put your point across as well. Of course, that something needs to happen along the way to make things like more complicated, but hey, my gorgeous Piscelini, this is the world we live in. It's always something, isn't it? So basically, it's just you just need to remember to defend your beliefs. But then again, at the same time, it's again what I mentioned before, an importance of staying true to yourself. Because what are you gonna learn how to implement, and why you're gonna feel so driven to succeed? At the same time, this is a lot to do with a certain this is a lot to do with some kind of financial opportunity. This is a lot to do with the financial opportunity, and it's also to do with like your skill. It's a lot to do with your development, an important thing when it comes to your development, but at the same time, it's just like a lot to do with the things that you desire. And again, this is like really gonna touch your spirit and touch your soul in such a way where, again, you're gonna be drawn towards some kind of memories in the past, happy memories. My God, my gorgeous Piscelini, the reason why you're reminded of happy memories persistently throughout the month of July is because you did come out of something very dark and very negative, and maybe you have been in a stale position for quite a while now. And this is why this is so significant when it comes to you again finding your balance, again finding your direction in life. It's brilliant, okay? Because after July, the things are only going to get better. From July until the end of that year, my gorgeous Piscelini, it's like, oh my God, where am I? Do you know what I mean? It's just going to be like completely different to the first part of the year, especially completely different, completely opposite to the first part of the year in the best possible way from July until the end of this year. And now it's all starting like literally. What else I was going to show you, my gorgeous Piscelini, you must have seen this before. Absolutely gorgeous, stunning blue tiger's eye, beautiful blue tiger's eyes, like a very powerful pendant when it comes to protecting ourselves from an evil eye, from the negative energy that may be projected on us purposefully, on purpose or not on purpose. It really depends what are we dealing with. Sometimes people can just be really, really jealous, and they're very strong in terms of energy, and they project all sorts of things. Eventually this gets back to them, but then again, the damage is already done, kind of, you see. So in order to protect yourself, tiger's eye is absolutely brilliant. And on top of that, it attracts good luck. It's brilliant for career. It's brilliant for finances. It's brilliant when you're making important decisions. And the best thing about the blue tiger's eye is the fact that it does have a power to activate our pineal gland. And the pineal gland is probably one of the most important parts of our body, if it's not the most important part, or one of the most important parts of our body is our pineal gland, because it helps us to understand who we really are. It helps us to find our truth. And then once you start finding your own truth, you just find out so many things that, you didn't even know that exist. You find out the truth about yourself, but you find out a lot of truth about things around you as well. This gorgeous blue tiger's eye pendant, it comes with a stunning sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well, my gorgeous Piscelini, so thank you very much for that. The next important date, it's actually going to be on the next important date, it's going to be on the 18th and 19th of July. On the 18th and the 19th of July, this is brilliant, because you're gonna realize that you are compassionate towards someone that you would never be compassionate towards, which is a really good thing. And you will realize that something changed at that moment in time within you. Something changed, and you're gonna like this. I'm not saying that you were horrible before or whatever, but I'm just saying that you will see that something is changing. changing, you know, within you. And that means that you are healing, and you are, or this is going to be a sign that you became emotionally stable. And that, I'm not saying that you were emotionally unstable before. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you were like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, you know, don't get me wrong. But this is a sign that you are becoming emotionally, very, very emotionally stable. And that in itself, it's really pretty much so to do with you, like kind of like, you know, becoming, you're going to start becoming very productive here. And also at the same time, you are really need to understand that, you know, it's like, again, you're going to find yourself like kind of like in two like worlds, you know, shall I do this or shall I do that? But it's to do with your productivity, and it's to do with your routine, and it's to do with like a very, very important responsibility. So it's more about, like, I would say responsibility and productivity, but it's really to do with a responsibility. This is the one that's screaming at me like, oh my God, I can't even look at it anymore. No, it's to do with the responsibility. And so you're going to heal, and you're going to become emotionally stable within these 2 days. And that in itself is clearly going to show you an important responsibility. When it comes to this, you have to follow your heart. You have to follow your heart, because again, you're going to be worried about like how long it's something going to take, or you're going to be worrying about, oh my God, it's going to be horrible, or I'm not too sure. But then again, you have to understand that you need to follow the heart. Follow your heart, my gorgeous Piscelini. It's not about hard work. It's about following your heart. By following your heart, you will enter sacred doors. Sacred doors you will enter within these 2 days by following your heart. And all you need to do is just stay in truth to yourself. Just remember the importance of this, my gorgeous Piscelini. Indeed, it's like, oh my God. Another thing I was going to recommend you also, it's absolutely stunning. Look at this saginite. Absolutely gorgeous saginite. It's so spiritual, and it's like an essential item for us spiritual people. Us who are open-minded. Us who understand. Us who know that there is so much more to life. You know, it's like, oh my God, be grateful you do understand. Be grateful that you do know all these things. Be grateful that you can connect to all these things, because some people can only dream about it. Okay, so when it comes to the spirituality and saginite, you know, it helps you to gain better understanding during difficult situations. Absolutely brilliant. And then on another note, it's fantastic for spiritual self-discovery and self-growth, you know. So this helps you to grow every step of the way, but it also helps you to have like a very specific things like kind of stuck at the back of your subconscious mind without even realizing, and then you remember them, and you keep on remembering them at the time when you need them the most, you see. So you don't need to rely on other people. You just go with your intuition, and you know that you are indeed doing the right thing. This gorgeous saginite comes with sterling silver chain, and again, the link to buy this is in the description below. Just click on the name of this video, click, and then you will see it's going to expand, and then you will be able to see basically where these pendants are for sale and where my supplements are for sale. The next important date, my gorgeous Piscelini, it's going to be on the 27th or at around the 27th of July. Do you know why this is going to be so important? Do you know why this is going to be so important? I will tell you, because on this particular day you are going to have such an important debate, such an important conversation. But I would like to call this conversation debate, to be quite honest with you. This is going to be something very, very passionate, and this is also going to give you the chance to prove your point. But it's not so much about that. Listen to me very carefully. At around the 27th of July, you are going to have an important debate. an important debate. This debate in itself, it's also what you need to pay attention to. You need to pay attention to the body language when that debate happens. Listen to me very carefully. You need to pay attention to somebody else's body language who you're gonna have this debate with, and you will know who am I talking about. Indeed, by paying attention to the body language, there is some kind of information that you're gonna become aware of. There is some kind of information that you're gonna become aware of, and that information, it's more like some kind of a secret which is going to be revealed to you at that moment in time. And this is really gonna put you at a very interesting stage of your life where you're gonna become a really inspired about some kind of new beginning, some kind of new start. But it's all going to show you, and it's all going to start from these new feelings which you are going to start having here. I know that this sounds really unusual, and I know that it sounds really complex, but my God, an impact on your life this is going to have. Oh my God, look at this, baby. This is your tarot card. You know, when it comes to the actual month of July, it's the Magician, baby. One of the most powerful tarot cards you're actually having to represent the whole month here. The Magician. You will have the power to do what you want to do, but you're also going to have a power to manifest and to speed things up. All you have to do is just remember, be yourself. Indeed, this is like ever so important, my gorgeous Piscelini. And also, the next date that I need you to pay attention to, it's going to be in between the 28th of July and the end of that month. In between the 28th of July and the end of that month. Yes, I'm not going to lie to you. You are going through like a very powerful transformation in your life. And when you're going through the powerful transformation, everything seems different. Everything seems unusual. We question ourselves. We question things around you. On one hand, we become very irritated with things around us. But then on another hand, for some reason, we also feel like we want to invest into something and do something that wouldn't kind of be the right thing to do. Okay, so be very careful not to make an investment and then some kind of investment and then you may be like kind of sorry later on. So again, don't make an impulsive mistake. And if there is investment or some kind of large amount of money that you need to kind of pay within this stage and period, if there is nothing you can do about it and you need to do it, fair enough, you know. But if there is some kind of investment that is coming up for the first time that you are thinking very impulsively about, then don't make an impulsive mistake. You know, that's all I can say. But also within this stage and within this period, you are going to be having a little bit of negative thoughts, you know, a little bit of negative thoughts, and you're going to be thinking about certain restrictions. You're going to be thinking about self-imposed restrictions. You're going to be thinking about some kind of like a imprisonment, you know. You're going to be thinking about some kind of entrapment, not imprisonment, but it's like, you know what I mean, like a self-imposed prison. So this is a good sign that you will know and you will realize that there is something really great that you can actually do about it. Let me tell you, it's not as dark as it seems. It's actually as bright as the brightest star, baby. Because I will tell you one thing that you don't know, and this is a really good thing. As soon as you become aware of these negative thoughts, self-imposed prison, this is actually a big mama, and this is a really good sign. This is a big mama, and this is a really good sign. As soon as you become aware of this like kind of negative thoughts, a self-imposed like kind of restrictions, and this is a good sign. Do you know why? Because that means that you are recognizing this, this is absolutely amazing. Can you hear this knocking? Somebody's knocking like the next door, basically. So sorry about this, but you are going to be able to recognize something here. You being able to recognize this, you know, this in itself is going to bring you you know, like a victory in itself and confidence, because you are recognizing these negative thoughts, you recognizing these restrictions, You're recognizing self-imposed prison. You're recognizing some kind of entrapment. That in itself, it's the actual victory, that in itself is a victory. You recognizing this. You know why? Because it's going to bring you a self-confidence and confidence in order to accept a very important life challenge which you're going to become aware of within the next 11 days. All you have to do is use your wisdom in order to remain centered, my gorgeous Piscelini, and this is going to lead towards one of the biggest celebrations of your life, which is going to happen 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Of course, by the end of November 2023, this is going to lead towards you doing something remarkable, something mind-blowing, something life-changing. And as I said, by the end of November 2023, you are going to have one of the biggest celebrations of your life. This is fantastic because at the same time, it's all about you releasing baggage and moving on. Absolutely brilliant, my gorgeous Piscelini, indeed. So what am I going to do now? I'm just going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to see shuffle these cards and I'm going to see basically what is going to happen to those of you in relationships. So I'm going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to see what is going to happen to those of you in relationships. Oh my God, something really amazing is going to happen to those of you in relationship. My goodness, very much so. Something unexpected is going to happen and I'm so happy for you. Something really unexpected is going to happen and it's going to surprise you. Something really bad and negative stage is coming to an end. Something that you both thought it's going to take absolute ages. Something that you both thought that it's never going to come to an end. And this in itself, it's going to be remarkable. When that happens, you know, number 7, it's going to be really, really significant. But also at the same time, pay attention to the 7th of July, 17th of July, and the 27th of July as well, because all these 3 days are going to be connected to this particular situation. These 3 days are also going to bring you like some kind of opportunity, which is the natural step forward after this moment in time. You are going to feel like a luck is on your side, my gorgeous Piscelini, when it comes to the couples, and that in itself, look at this, it's going to bring you closer. Look, the lovers, this is going to bring you so much closer. Something really beautiful, it's going to happen, and emotionally you're going to be on the 7th sky. This was actually almost as if something was stressing out both of you so much that you have maybe kind of drifted apart a little bit, or you were fighting with each other, or you were disagreeing with each other so much because of this. So this is something which is indeed going to bring you so much closer together. There is such a beautiful moment the couples are going to have by the end of this month, because you will realize how much was something like kind of really draining your energy, indeed. So now, my gorgeous Piscelini, I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards and I'm going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are single. Okay? Oh my goodness, you see this? For those of you who are single, this is always a good sign, because it means that only now you are ready to allow someone into your lives. You may not believe this, but you have had something on your mind that was draining you and was making you not being ready to actually let somebody into your life. I can see that you're going to have so much fun when it comes to July. I can see that you're going to be noticed by so many people when it comes to July. I can see that you're going to meet some new people when it comes to July. And I can see that you're going to have so much fun you haven't had in absolute ages. It's more about meeting people when it comes to the single Piscelinis. Please go out and do something and have fun, because you know it's more about what are people going to be telling you. You are going to be like kind of told something very specific, you know, by the different people, and what are you going to be told? You are really going to like it. It's about going out, it's about having fun, but it's also about finding out the truth about yourself. You're going to realize how amazing you are and how magnificent you are, and this is something that you need, my gorgeous Piscelini. And whether you are going to meet somebody, okay, whether you are going to meet somebody, okay, so now whether you actually, so I know it's important for you to go out and have fun, or to basically just start kind of doing things, but whether you're going to meet somebody, look at this. You see, this is the Empress. There is somebody who is really going to inspire you. There is somebody who is going to inspire you, but it's not going to be on a romantic level. But that particular person who's going to inspire you, you're going to see as a friend. You're going to see as someone amazing. You're going to see as someone interesting. This particular person is going to be an integral part of your spiritual journey when it comes to meeting someone very, very special indeed. But first of all, you need to let things to unfold naturally. Oh my God. Okay, my gorgeous Piscelini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.